हेलो एवरीवन एंड वेलकम बैक टू द चैनल। आई एम प्राजक्ता त्रिपाठी। आज हम इकोनॉमिक्स का सबसे बेसिक और सबसे इम्पॉर्टेंट चैप्टर शुरू कर रहे हैं, थिंकिंग लाइक एन इकोनॉमिस्ट, यानी एक इकोनॉमिस्ट दुनिया को कैसे देखता है। बहुत से लोग इकोनॉमिक्स को सोशल साइंस बोलते हैं, बट ट्रस्ट मी, इट इज़ अ साइंटिफिक सब्जेक्ट और इसका प्रूफ आज आपको इस लेक्चर में मिलेगा। सो grab your notebooks and let's dive into chapter number 2. The economist as a scientist, the scientific method. Just like a biologist, an economist also uses the scientific method. This method involves three main steps: observation and theory. Everything starts with an observation. For example, a common observation is when the government prints more money, what happens? Inflation occurs. This observation leads to a theory. Next, data testing. Is this theory correct? We don't just believe it. We collect data and test the observation further. We check, did inflation actually go up when the government printed more money? Next, refinement. If the data supports the theory, great. If not, the theory is refined or even replaced. Next, simple takeaway. Economists dispassionately develop and test theories about how the world works. The role of assumptions and models. Economics की एक स्पेशल बात है, हम assumptions का यूज़ करते हैं. Why assumptions? Because the world is too complex. Assumptions help us to simplify this complex world and make it easier to understand. If we want to study international trade, we might assume there are only two countries and two goods, even though in reality there are thousands. These assumptions help us build economic models. What is a model? A model is a highly simplified representation of a more complicated reality. Purpose. Models give information about a certain behavior, like saying, if this happens, a certain result will follow. Example, price increase leads to demand decrease. Model 1. The circular flow diagram. हम दो important models देखेंगे. पहला है circular flow diagram CFD. This model simplifies the economy into two main groups. Households, आप और मैं. They buy and consume goods and services, and they own and sell factors of production like land, labor, etc. Firms, companies. They produce and sell goods and services, and they use factors of production inputs. This model shows how money flows through the economy. जो पैसा एक सेक्टर दे रहा है वो घूमकर दूसरे सेक्टर के पास आ रहा है. Households often save some money, which reaches the firms as loans through banks or financial institutions. Now, we will study model number 2, Production Possibility Frontier (PPF). दूसरा मॉडल है Production Possibility Frontier. PPF is a graph that shows the combination of different outputs like cars and computers that an economy can produce given its available resources and technology. Three types of points on the graph. Points on the graph A and B. These are efficient points. They show the maximum output combination when the economy is fully using its available inputs, that is, resources. Points inside the curve. Inefficient. These are inefficient points. This happens when you are not using your inputs completely, that is, underutilization of resources or due to unemployment. Now, points outside the curve, that is, non-feasible. These are non-feasible points. We cannot attain these points given the current inputs and technology. Opportunity cost and trade-offs. The PPF beautifully illustrates trade-offs. To produce more cars, the company, the economy, has to give up producing some computers, that is a trade-off. The value of what you give up is called opportunity cost. For example, if you produce 100 extra cars and you lose 700 computers, The opportunity cost of those 100 cars is 700 computers. Opportunity cost is not fixed, it changes at different points on the curve, since the PPF is typically a curve, not a straight line. The economist as a policy advisor. Economists play two major roles. Scientists, they try to explain the world how it is. Policy advisors, they try to improve the world how it should be. The difference brings us to two important types of analysis. Types of analysis, positive analysis and factual statements. Minimum wage laws cause unemployment. This is a factual claim backed by theory which can be tested. Next, normative analysis. Statements of opinions value, that is, what should be. The government should raise the minimum wage. This is an opinion based on social or political perspective. Policy advisors often rely on normative analysis when giving advice, mixing economic theory with political or social perspective. So, that's how an economist thinks. They use scientific discipline, make assumptions to simplify reality, and use models like PPF and CFD to understand complex phenomena like trade offs and opportunity cost. I hope Chapter 2 is crystal clear now. If you found this video helpful, please give it up a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to Prajakta Tripathi for more clear and detailed economics lectures. मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में जहां हम चैप्टर 3 इंटरडिपेंडेंस एंड द गेन्स फ्रॉम ट्रेड डिस्कस करेंगे. टेक केयर एंड कीप लर्निंग. बाय बाय.